Hello, 1 2 1 2 1 2. Hello, hello. Good afternoon to all our viewers. I'm back once again. We are in Tolerance Oval. We're also match number 9 of UPRO Summer. A Super Friday. We have a match number Green Real Estate taking on some districts, and I believe should be a very intriguing contest sides here in UAE. Right, then just a short while ago, I was there in the center with the two captains and the match referee. The coin. Is of UPRO Summer Cup Pro Edition 20, and we're expecting to have another blockbuster of a contest. It's men who matter on Captain Omar Arshad. On his playing 11. Ready to point.
For
Side, any changes? Well, now the confirmation coming in from the center is that 7 districts, they won the toss and they decided to bat first. Well, there you have it. 7 districts winning the toss, no hesitations to bat first in this afternoon game here in Abu Dhabi. Let's have a quick rundown of the two playing 11s. Farman Ali leading the side, Awais Ahmed, Irshad Khan, Lahiru Sandaruwan, Raheel Ali, Syed Haider Wasi Shah, Wahab Hassan, Muhammad Umair, Saqib Ali, Siam and Uzair Man. So just one change, Uzair Man making his way in the center. Evergreen Estate, another very talented side. Omar Arshad the captain, Ehsan Tareen, Danis Sarhadi, Imran Javed, Mohammad Ikram, Mohammad Imran Odi, Mozi, Sajjad Maluk, Ikram Janjua, Ilyas Shah and Sabir Rao. So quite balanced looking sides. If we talk about 7 districts, I think they've got some quality bowlers in their lineup. They're missing quite a few stars from the last encounter. Irfan, he's been rested. Muhammad Farhan is obviously he's now with the UAE camp. So a few new players have been added in this very game, and I think it's a great opportunity for a few players really to make their name. Some districts, of course, as most of the viewers must be aware, they are by far one of the most talented sides we have here in the domestic circuit. They've got some quality batters, of course, some brilliant all-rounders and excellent spinners. Of course, Nabil Aziz too has now been gotten a call from the UAE camp. So yeah, that just itself is a testament to the fact that most of the cricketers from this team especially have been scouted, and now we might soon see them go on to play for the national team of UAE. Both the teams will be coming in with a lot of confidence, of course. A win under the belt, 7 districts winning their, or beg your pardon, 7 districts, of course, went on to lose that game. And talking about Evergreen Real Estate, of course, it's a good start for them. They have already registered 2 points on the points table. Right, then here we are. Match number 9 is underway. Oh, beautifully bowled. That's a good start to this innings. Good little bounce, Ehsan Tareen. He is someone who does get a bit of carry off the surface if ever so there is any assistance. Well, it's an afternoon game, so let's see what this wicket has in store. Usually we see it's on the drier side. You don't really see the ball moving that much. It's a good track for batting, and that's the reason Farman Ali, the captain who's on strike, he didn't have a second doubt really to bowl on this track. He always wanted to bat first and put runs on the board. Slashed away nicely, and what a brilliant way to open your account. And it's a positive start by the captain, Ehsan Tareen, just banging it slightly short. The problem was that he's offered a bit of width to Farman Ali, and that is nicely slashed to get his first boundary in this innings. Raheel Ali, of course, the star in the last game, missed out to be getting his 100. Very surprising, really. False start for Esentharine. Will have to go back and preload. But what a phenomenal encounter we witnessed. 7 districts, of course. I mean, throughout the contest, they were having an upper hand in the last game. But then I think a few errors were being made in the decision making. And in the end of the day, it was Abu Dhabi smashers. They smashed 7 districts. In the end, they needed 20 runs in the last over. And the ball was thrown to Wahab Hassan. And things really didn't go in their favor. But I think it's a new day. It's a new beginning. And at times, I mean, it's a game of cricket. You need to accept it. And you need to move on. You need to be prepared and always look to go with a positive intent in your next games. That's much better now. This could be out. Oh, direct hit, and it just looked like he was falling short. But they need to be careful after the captain getting a good boundary to his name. It's not going to be a great feeling if you throw your wicket, and that too in a form of a run out in the very first over. But nonetheless, Esentharine, another quality left arm bowler, is someone who does tend to use the new ball well to his potential. So far, he's bowling at the back of the length. So maybe he does have a setup and a strategy, ball 2 to 3 deliveries in a good length, and then just surprise the batter with one full delivery, because Esentharine, he is a bowler who does have the natural tendency to bring the ball in towards the right-handers. Good delivery and nicely played by Raheel Ali. He's been mighty impressive. Raheel Ali has been given a new role, and that is to come out to open for 7 districts. I remember, I think for maybe 3 to 4 years, I've been seeing 2 openers come out to open, but now the youngsters have been given a chance. It used to be Lukman Faisal, I remember, alongside Mohammad Irfan. He's still there, Irfan. He's been rested in this game. Beautifully played. That's a cracking shot, but good bit of fielding as well. Certainly has saved a few runs. So decent start here by Esentharine, and a cautious approach by the 2 batters, and that's something which I believe is the right approach as a batter. When you come out, we see the batters, they try to just blast the bowling, knowing the trend where they know the 6 overs, they play a vital role. You need to get going, you need to get quick runs for your team, but just get a bit slightly over aggressive and lose their wickets early. Not the best of deliveries. Down the leg side, it's been worked away towards fine leg. And somehow he's gotten his big foot in the way, and I think they will come back for 3 runs eventually. That's the end of over number 1. We didn't see a slip in place in the first over, and that's all because Esentharine is someone, he brings the ball in. Of course, he's a left-arm bowler, so his natural stock delivery is where he will look to bring the ball in towards the right-handers, but Now that we have a change in the bowling, let's see if we can get any kind of assistance. But yeah, it's a good start. 9 runs already on the board. Farman Ali did have a good start even in the last opening encounter. Raheel Ali missing out to his 100. And I remember him getting out when there were plenty of overs to go. So surely he would be livid with himself. Missed out to 100. Already we have seen 100 in this tournament, of course, from the blade of the youngster Aditya Shetty. What a terrific knock that was. He's not really happy with something behind the umpire, maybe the side screen. But yeah, surely they will look to fix the issue. And good to see he's having a slip in play. So already an aggressive intent shown by the bowler. There you go, dugout of a very talented, experienced side. Syed Haider Wasi Shah, beg your pardon. He's all padded up, raring to go in next. Should be looking to come at number 3 position. Well, whatever the issue was seems to be finally fixed. Bang on target. It's a good start. Muhammad Ali, another bowler who is a special case. Muhammad Ali is someone who will look to bowl a bit full towards the batters, and he does have the tendency to bring the ball in sharply towards the right-handers. We don't have many right-arm medium-fast bowlers who have the ability to bring the ball inwards towards the right-handers, but Muhammad Ali brings it very sharply, gets a lot of bowls and LBWs in his equation. Well, there you go, that was mighty close towards off stump, and Farman Ali, what was that all about? And Muhammad Ali cannot believe his luck because it was mighty close to the off stump and easily could have been a big moment in the game. Farman Ali, the captain, a lot more is expected from him. That was a wild hike. Not too sure what the approach was, but nonetheless needs to be a bit careful. Yeah, it's a really good delivery yet again. So as I just mentioned that Muhammad Ali, he's an in-swinging bowler, a right-arm in-swing bowler, but then he too has a tendency to really pitch the ball, which straightens. It doesn't really swing, and that was the reason he was having a slip. But now, as we speak, he's opted to get the slip out of equation, and not too sure. I mean, why? You would always want to have a slip at least for the first over. See what's happening. He almost got an outside edge of Farman Ali and beat Farman in the next delivery, and still he's opted to remove the slip. So these are the little minimal things which really need to be thought about, because the first thing you would want to ensure in the very first 6 overs, you would always want to have an upper hand in the game. You would always want to have the aggressive approach need to go all out. You need to just make a statement early on in the innings that we hate to really put up a fight, pick up wickets. And with this kind of a defensive field setup, you just give an indication to the batters that we're at the back foot already. Talking about back foot, that's a lovely back foot punch by Farman Ali. Looks very stylish and elegant. Oh, what has he done? And he was all over the place. Yeah, no, he's complaining about something, but really, I mean, that should have been stopped. He's bowling his heart out, Muhammad Ali, and you need to give him that much needed support in the field. Decent start for both the teams. Farman Ali's already gotten a couple of boundaries to his name. On the other end, Muhammad Ali's he's bowling in the right good channels. The length has been spot on, but maybe he needs to also focus on bowling a couple of deliveries which are slightly fuller towards the fourth stump channel. Short delivery, it's been worked away. Will only be a single to close out a decent over by Muhammad Ali. It's 16 for no loss. As Tareen bowled an economical over to start off proceedings, will continue from the far end. Good running. That's a very good call by Farman Ali, and equal to the task was Raheel Ali. These two are absolutely lighting between the wickets. They do have very good camaraderie. They do have very good understanding between each other. Of course, they've played a lot of cricket with each other, so that's what you do expect. Conditions out there, it's not all that easy. It's very hot, very humid, muggy conditions here in the Tolerance Oval. Oh, what brilliant catch in the gully region. And S.M. Tareen, some very disciplined bowling has gotten him his first wicket this afternoon. It's a big blow. Raheel Ali, we know the damage usually he does in the first 6 overs. Oh, that was a very good delivery. And this is what happens when you're consistent with your lines. You make the batters play those rash strokes. He tried to create room, and he's thrown away his wicket, really. It's 17 for 1. Here he is, Syed Haider Wazir Shah. He's made a lot of name for himself lately. Very stylish right-handed cricketer. I really like his attitude, Syed Haider Wazir Shah. He does have a great aura, this man. Syed Haider Wasisha, of course, another UAE cap cricketer, is now going to be facing the heat of Ehsan Tareen. Oh, lucky, very lucky. Could have been a very unfortunate dismissal for Syed Haider Wasisha. Yeah, I can see the front foot. It just got planted. The first initial movement and the instinct, you could see that he wanted to just bring his front foot forward, but then just at the last bit of a second, deciding, oh, it's a bit too short, and that's where he went on the back foot. Was in two minds. That's quite evident, but lucky. Those thick inside edges on your bad day, on an off day, can easily just chop back onto the stumps. So it's a really good start by Ehsan Tareen, and what he's doing, he's keeping things very simple. The basics are pretty much on the spot. And there you go. The commentators curse, they say. Ehsan Tareen drifting down the leg side and bowling a wide. Temperature here in Abu Dhabi at the moment is 37 degrees Celsius, but feels like 45 degrees. I mean, hats off to these young men out there in the center, playing out in excessive heat conditions. Worked away nicely. Gets a single. So it's a really good over. Very quiet over yet again by Ehsan Tareen. Shown a lot of discipline from the moment he's been thrown the ball to come out and bowl with the new ball. And left arm fast bowlers, they know deep inside, they're so privileged, they have the tendency to bring the ball in towards the right hander. They're very proud. I know, because I myself was a left arm fast bowler, so I can understand how they feel. They're very naturally skilled and talented, so that's why they tend to get a little carried away at times. Oh, that's a sharp bumper. An absolute snorter. And that will certainly wake up Syed Haider Wasisha. He's getting a lot of applause. There's a lot of chirping going out there. They're trying to get onto the nerves of Syed Haider Wasisha. But let me tell you, Syed Haider Wasisha is a warrior. You don't want to be waking up this beast, because he's someone who can really just take the game away from the opponents, and he's a genuine match winner. So this is going to be a good little contest. Another slightly short delivery, but nonetheless, this has turned out to be a fabulous start for Ehsan Tareen. He's done exceptionally well picking up an important wicket. It's 21 for 1. It's a good inclusion to have Raheel Ali back into the squad, into this playing 11 rather, and Sarfraz, a left arm spinner, has been rested. Yeah, I think he's not in the best of forms. He was very expensive, gave 48 runs in 3 overs with the economy of 16 runs per over. So yeah, it was a struggle for him. And Raheel Ali, he's bowled an absolutely beautiful delivery to dismiss Syed Haider Wasisha. That's a big wicket. What a tremendous ball yet again. You can see the ball slightly cutting inwards towards Syed Haider, and that's a good clean catch behind the stump. So This is not the start they were looking for. It's a big blow. They lose. Syed Hyderabadi Shah. It's 21 for 2. Well, they couldn't be asking for a better start. Evergreen Real Estate of losing the toss, and it was 7 to 6. They wanted to bat first, and so far the decision hasn't really paid off in their favor. They've lost a couple of their main batters, Raheel Ali, and then following the footsteps of Syed Hyderabadi Shah. That's a big blow. And here comes another terrific all-rounder, Uzair Maan. A new inclusion. There are quite a few changes, of course, in this team. Irfan is being rested. Aftab is being rested. Farhan not here. So this is really a great opportunity for a few members in the side to cement their spot. I mean, the squad is, I think they've got more than 30 players in their team. So if ever so you do get a chance to showcase your talent and skill set, this is the time. You have Uzair Maan, he's playing his first game. And these are the moments which really make you special and a hero for your team, because your team is under immense pressure at the moment. 2 wickets fallen. We are still in the 4th over. Evergreen Real Estate having an upper hand in the game. Farman Ali needs to be careful. That's not the first time we're seeing him in a bit of a mix-up with his partner. The calling has to be loud and clear. You can see that it was Farman Ali the one who wanted a single, but very good call. You can see Uzair Maan was the one he knew that would have been a risky single, so he straight away just yelled and clearly said, "No mate, stay where you are. Let's not take any undue risks." We've lost 2 wickets. We should be looking to stitch up a partnership at this stage. But this is really quality fast bowling we're witnessing. Ahsan Tareen, Muhammad Ali. And it's always a privilege and a blessing, really, for a captain to be having somebody like Ahsan Tareen who does have that raw pace, of course, swings the ball in, and you can see that he did trouble Syed Hyderabadi Shah in his second over, where he did opt to bang in short. It did hurry on to Syed Hyderabadi Shah. So there is something in this wicket. It was watered overnight, mind you. So there is something for the bowlers this afternoon. Again, a short delivery. I really like this intent. At times, the fast bowlers, they're not really confident, I would say, to bowl short stuff to the batters in the first 6 overs. But yeah, when you know that you've already gotten 2 wickets, you always could afford to really surprise the batters with one sharp bumper. We already saw, I did mention that Ahsan Tareen bowled a lovely quick sharp bumper, and then now it's Muhammad Ali also just opting to bang in slightly short. In the end, it's turned out to be a terrific over by Muhammad Ali. It's the end of over number 4. It's 23 for 2. It's a perfect start for Evergreen Real Estate. Losing toss, Farman Ali. He knows that this is a same track where we've played a lot of games. We've already played quite a few matches on this very track, and it has proven out to be a batting paradise. Nicely played. That's a glorious drive down the ground, showing the full face of the bat, and this should give him a lot of confidence in the middle. Yeah, slightly fuller, but the balance and the composure shown here by Farman Ali is impeccable. Look at that. That's a dream shot for a right-handed batter, playing it down the ground with a straight bat, playing it in the V. And this is where Farman Ali, if we talk about him, he looks very elegant and stylish every time he looks to play along the carpet. He's already played a couple of very loose strokes. I think his job is just to be out there in the middle and ensure he holds one end. Because you do have the firepower, you do have quite a few batters who are power hitters, who can really blast the bowling, but you would want somebody like Farman Ali who can just steady the innings, ensure he holds one end. Of course, he's the captain as well, so he has the extra bit of responsibility on his shoulders. That is why he needs to be giving a lot of value to his wicket. And then all of a sudden he plays a shot where you can see that the front foot, it didn't go anywhere. Again, yeah, even the shadow practice which he's doing, you can see that it's just a replica what he did on the second delivery. He's way better than this. He's such a quality cricketer, really, Farman Ali. At times, he just loses focus and concentration, gets to those good starts, but isn't really able to convert the 16 into a big score. That's much better. Not too sure if he's heard me, because now you could see that the front foot, it came pretty much onto the line of the ball. And that's where he looks so stylish and elegant every time he's looking to play along the carpet. Have a look at this stroke. Everything seems to be so right. High elbow, very good balance. You can see that the head was so still, and also not someone who will overstride onto his shot. It was just a mere push, allowing the ball to come to him and then placing it into the gap for a boundary. And now flicks it away, but straight to the fielder. So intelligent batting for Farman realizes that his team is in a bit of a bother. Of course, after losing 2 wickets, it's never a great feeling as a captain when you know your side is 2 down in the power play. But I mean, Hassan Tareen could have bowled one more over. When you're having an upper hand in the game and you know that they wouldn't have really gone after Hassan Tareen. Uzair Maan is someone who will look to express himself. He is someone who can really pack a punch, does have the tendency to go big in the first 6 overs. And the rhythm in which he was bowling was brilliant. Or direct hit, and he was in a bit of a trouble. You can see Farman Ali is not very happy with his partner. And this is not the first time we're seeing Farman Ali getting involved in a mix-up between the wickets. So far, it's a good little start for the men in red. Yeah, another loosener by Sabir Rao, and 4 runs were written all over it from the moment it left the hand of Sabir Rao, because that was not the best of deliveries. And Farman Ali just working it away for a boundary to close out the 5th over. It's 38 for 2. So a change in the field. They're having a deep mid-wicket alongside a deep cover in position. With this kind of a field, you do expect Muhammad Ali to just slightly bang in a bit short. This is crashed, but it's a great catch. That is another wicket for Muhammad Ali. He's bowling exceptionally well. Uzair Khan cannot believe what he's just witnessed, because it was a short delivery. It just didn't arrive at him. It held it up into the surface, and Uzair Khan, he found the fielder. But what a terrific catch this was. 7 districts are under some serious trouble. Look at this nice little variation. It was more like a slab, but what a tremendous catch. He's timed his dive to perfection and has done exceptionally well to hang on to this. It's 38 for 3. I think 7 districts, they should be blaming themselves. All the 3 wickets which have fallen, you can see Raheel Ali playing a low stroke, stepping down the track, and just it was a rash stroke. And then of course Syed Hyderabad Shah, you can see that his front foot didn't go anywhere, and now it was a loose delivery. Really, Uzair Khan could have hit this anywhere he wanted, but it was an ugly stroke, really, and he found the fielder. So it's not that there's a lot happening out there in the surface now. This is an interesting move. Wahab Hassan has come out to bat in the power play. Well, he's no muck with the bat, that's for sure. He's someone who can stay out there in the middle. He's someone who can get those important partnership for your team where your team is in trouble. I think this is the only reason he's been promoted up the order, is to just go out there and ensure we don't lose any more wickets, because it just is giving an indication that the batters, they seem to be in a hurry. We are still in the power play, and already they've lost 3 very important wickets. Thick outside edge, and good bit of fielding in the deep. But what a terrific spell, what an inclusion. I mean, I was very surprised to see that Muhammad Ali, he wasn't playing the first game. They opted to go with an extra spinner, and it was Awais Sarfaraz who had a horrid of a time, really. He was taken to cleaners. But here he is. A genuine right arm in-swinging bowler. He certainly caused a lot of troubles for the top order batters of 7 districts. Well, that's a nice little shot by Farman Ali. It wasn't all that short, but Farman Ali is got a very good eye and reading the length, judging the trajectory way too early. Yeah, a few little worried faces already. We are only in the power play in the 6th over, but they do realize that they've lost 3 important wickets, and of course they're not having the lights of Aftab Javed. They're missing out Mohammad Irfan this evening. They don't have Farhan, who will be surely missed in this very important game for them. And now so much will be expected from the captain Farman Ali, because he's the captain. He knows the wickets are falling left, right and center on the other end. So automatically the responsibility shifts onto his shoulders. The positive thing is that he's already gotten off to a good start, 29 in 20 deliveries. Has faced the majority of the deliveries in the power play. So they just need to be a little calm. But there is a severe turbulence out there in the center. Nicely bowled and equally well played by Farman Ali. Another successful over for Evergreen Real Estate comes to the end. Power play done and dusted. It's 43 for 3. There you go, the signal coming in from the on-field umpire. Completion of the power play surely has gone in the favor of Evergreen Real Estate after they were asked to bowl first. And they knew that there is something in the track, so they've taken all the advantage and used this wicket to their potential. And they have bagged 3 wickets, 3 important wickets. So this is a new role for Wahab Hassan. He's been sent out to bat way too early in this innings. Usually he's a lower order batter. Beautifully bowled. And this is where now I believe what they need to do, Evergreen Real Estate, they shouldn't be looking to pick up wickets. Why do I say that? Because Farman Ali is someone who plays it along the carpet. He will look to manufacture his innings, will look to just steady the ship, play those ground shots. And on the other end, Wahab Hassan, I'm pretty much optimistic why he's been sent up the order. That's all because to not lose more wickets. So this is where, as a captain, you need to realize that this is a great little passage where you could restrict the opponents to be getting the boundaries and maximums. Yeah, I can now sense what the plan is. They are, or rather they have gone in a bit of a shell. They are looking to just steady the ship, look to stay out there, ensure they don't lose more wickets. But at the same time, this is a great opportunity for Evergreen Estate. The captain, Omar Arshad, needs to be switched on, and he needs to assess the situation out there and think why. Why has Wahab Hassan been sent up the order? I don't think so. He's been sent out for the role of a pinch hitter. Because he's already played 5 deliveries, and by this time you can already you would already know the intent from the batter, and so far you can see the intentions are clear. He's been sent to just ensure you hold one end. But the problem is at the other end, for Farman Ali, the captain is also someone who won't really look to go after the bowling. He's a very mature cricketer, Farman Ali, but you won't really see him take on the bowling and really charge you and get you a big massive 15-20 run over. So I'm not too sure with this approach and the idea to have 2 batters who have pretty much similar style of batting. And what's going to happen is, if ever so they don't find the singles and doubles easily, what's going to happen, that will put a lot of pressure on the captain Farman Ali. So you might see him playing a rash stroke and losing his wicket. And Wahab Hassan on the other end, I think he needs to be a little more smart and clever. Wahab Hassan, so much is expected from him. He's a senior player for Seven Districts. He's been there and around. He's played a lot of games. He's a veteran for Seven Districts. So what he's done, he's played 4 dot deliveries. When the field is up, they have 4 fielders in the circle. I understand if ever so they have an extra fielder, then the story would have been different. But when you're aware that the field is widespread, all he has to do is just play it with soft hands and take a single and ensure you get Farman Ali on strike early in the over. We'll keep the chat alive after this over. It's 45 for 3. So far, it has been a dominant performance by the men in red. A very positive start to this important game against an experienced side of Seven Districts. But of course, as I did mention, they're missing a few stars in this contest. And also, they can't really afford to be losing another game because they lost their opening game against Abu Dhabi Smashes, where it was really just given away that game. They were winning the game easily, but just at the last 15 minutes or so, they let the game go away from their grasp. Ikram Janjua, another left-arm medium pace bowler, so no signs of spin so far in this innings. That's not the best of efforts. It's not going to impress the captain one bit. And this is that stage of the game where I believe now they need to be really on their toes. Loosner, yeah, it was meant to be hit, but have a look at the effort. No, that's really poor. You don't expect this at this level. You need to get your hands onto the ball. Rather, he tried to stop it with his foot, and it really looked ugly in the end of the day. So when you have an upper hand in the contest, why would you allow the opponents to ever so come back in the game? Quick single. 50 comes up, but at the price of losing 3 wickets, and we are already in the 8th over. So this is where now they need to realize they need to ensure they get a grip onto this game. He's done some damage to his fingers. That was traveling at the rate of knots, but I think he will be needing the much. He'll need the much needed medical attention. It seems to be okay. Player will resume. Ikram Janjua. He's been brought at a situation where I don't really think he should be taking any kind of pressure on his shoulders, where you have 3 down, batters aren't really looking to go after you. This is high up in the air, and that has been crashed. That's a really good stroke by Wahab Hassan. I think he's had enough now. Maybe the message isn't out and clear from the dugout, from the coaching staff, as to just go out there and express yourself. Because Wahab Hassan, as I did mention, he's no muck with the bat. He certainly is a very handy batter. Usually his role is to come down the order when there's only 3 to 4 overs to go. That's where he comes in and really gets those important, quick, fiery 20-25 runs for his team. But today, a big promotion for Wahab Hassan. Now this is once again skied up in the air. This could be a chance. Oh, he's made a mess of it. And who is that? I think that really should have been taken. But he was all over the place, and Wahab Hassan needs to be a little smart and needs to calm down. Beautifully balled. Ikram Janjua taking all the pace off. Rolling his fingers over, and yeah, another miss. Should have been taken really. Farman Ali on the other end, he's playing a very sensible and mature knock. Captain's innings. So yeah, this is exactly what I was mentioning. I mean, you as a fast bowler, when you are introduced at a stage where you're aware that they don't really have the runs on the board, and also they've lost those 3 important wickets early in the innings, so there's no real need to be bowling those variations. I mean, and I understand that there's not much happening out there in the surface, but at times you really need to assess and read the game situation. That's all you need to do. Just need to bowl in the right areas. You don't even really need to go for the variations. We'll keep the conversation alive after this over. It's 58 for 3. Spinner being introduced into the 9th over so far. The medium fast bowlers, they've done a decent job. 58 is what they've gotten. They've picked up 3 wickets already. And we're going to see Imran Javed for the very first time in this contest. That's been swept away very nicely by the captain. This is one shot which has really gone out of the windows in this tournament. I can't recall batters sweeping the spinners, but that is a really good shot. Nicely done. He's a very strong sweeper of the ball, that is for sure. And that's a really smart approach by Farman Ali. So Imran Javed has been welcomed with a boundary. It's never the best of feelings when you are struck for a boundary in the very first ball you bowl. That's a poor delivery, and really I think he's gotten away with it. Farman Ali would have wanted maximum results. So yeah, coming back to my point, I was mentioning that when you know that the batters aren't really going after you and you've already gotten 3 wickets, not many runs on the board, the approach has to be very simple. And when I say simple, you need to just follow the basics. You don't really need to even go for the variations because the batters, they're not really going after you. So just ensure you pitch the ball in the good length areas. That's it. They're not going after you. So why would you want to, do something extraordinary and do something which is not really required? This is where the game awareness comes into play. This is what really sets you aside as a great leader and a leader. So you need to be a little switched on, and all you need to do at the moment is just keep things simple. Again, it's a poor delivery. I mean, he's just trying to do way too much in his first over. He's trying to bowl too full, and now he's trying to bowl way too quick, gifting 5 wides. That's where you're allowing the teams to get back into the contest. Yeah, no real chance for the keeper. Can't really blame him. That was always going to go away for a boundary. So this is where they need to make an assessment as to how to go about from these situations. You're on the top. You're having an upper hand in the game. That's where you should rather never allow the batters to come back in the contest. Again, that's way too quick, and this is very smart batting by Wahab Hassan. Now all he did is just use the pace, try to play it as late as he could, and there's a big gap between the two fielders, between the short third and the point fielder. So they're ever so slightly now allowing 7 districts to get back into the contest. A very smart batting by Wahab Hassan. He knows that already 14 runs have come for the first 5. Takes a single, and that's an expensive over. 15 runs coming in the ninth over. It's 73 for 3. Ikram Janjua to continue. So a couple of expensive overs, and now Seven Districts will believe they are back on track, on course. Decision to send Wahab Hassan has paid off in their favour. Now that's a pickup shot towards the deep mid wicket, and these two are lightning quick between the stumps. Excellent running once again. This is a good little passage of play for Seven Districts. Wahab Hassan being promoted up the order. What a chance for him really to showcase his talent, his skill. We know how he is a very skillful bowler, a gun fielder, having one of the strongest throws here in the UAE domestic circuit. He's got a rocket of an arm. And now, if ever so, you as a batter, when you get a chance to take your team out of this difficult situation, it always is a memorable knock. And so far, the man on the screen is doing a decent job for his team. Initially, he took his time. He knew that wickets did fall early in the innings. So resurrected the innings, and now he's batting with a very mature and a calm head. Now this has been absolutely dismissed from his presence. And Wahab Hassan, he's turning on the heat. This is turning out to be such an important innings by Wahab Hassan. And that's not the best of deliveries yet again. It's been dispatched for a maximum. He's on the run now, Wahab Hassan. Terrific knock so far. And also, credit needs to be given to Farman Ali. You can see that he's always in coordination with his partners. Every time a new batter comes in, after every delivery, Farman Ali is just having a quick little chat and a word with his teammates. And surely the advice would be to do what you're doing, because whatever you're doing at the moment is working in our favour. Wahab Hassan is someone that can really provide that much needed impetus into the innings, and this is a great little comeback. Couple of expensive overs followed by another expensive over. Already 8 runs have come from the first 3, and Wahab Hassan is on the charge. A bit of a mix up between the two. Careful. And another overthrow. So the men in red, they've really allowed now Seven Districts to get back into the contest, and this is something which you cannot afford to do. This is by far one of the best sides we have in the domestic circuit, Seven Districts. They're a champion side. They've got some warriors in their team. And they're a team, they will just keep on coming hard at you. Oh, he was gone. If ever so, that would have hit directly onto the stumps. Another mix-up. We've seen quite a few mix-ups when Farman Ali is in the middle. I'm not blaming you, but then again, let's see what happened there. So, it was Farman Ali who wanted the single. And then he was the one who hesitated. So, that could have been a big blow. I mean, he was the one who called, and then he sent back Wahab Hassan. Lucky for Wahab. That's a good little delivery to close out another handy over for Seven Districts. It's 10 gone, 85 for 3, and the players will take drinks. back after the drinks break, and so far it's been such an exciting start to this contest. Mind you, it's a double header today. It's an afternoon game. We have another game lined up after this, but all eyes on this important encounter, of course, for Seven Districts, because as I just mentioned early on that they've gone on to lose their first game, and Imran will continue. Was quite expensive in his first over. That's much better. I'm not too sure if that's taken the outside edge, but this is a very mature and a sensible knock by Farman Ali. Interesting replay. Yeah, maybe slight bit of deviation whilst the ball passed the bat, but clear signs now for Wahab Hassan to really go all out and shift gears. He's someone who can seriously pack a punch, Wahab Hassan. And this is what happens really when the batters, they go after you. You allow them into the contest. You run away from the batters. You try to bowl it away from their arc. And this is exactly what Imran is doing now. He's trying to bowl it away from his arc, and also he's bowling way too quick. Needs to slow down a touch. On the other end, Farman Ali, he's just one big hit away. He's really constructed his innings so well. It's been impressive in this important encounter for Seven Districts. Of course, they would want to get underway with the points on the table. Nice little punch by Farman Ali. So I think the job is pretty much simple for Farman. He is the one who needs to be out there right till the end, and Wahab Hassan can just continue as to what he's been doing since the time he's made his way in the centre. Needs to ensure he just keeps on looking to get those boundaries every now and then. And every time the bowlers, they've bowled in the right areas, it's not that the batters, they've gone on to hit the good deliveries. They've respected the good balls, they've picked the looseners, they've cashed onto those opportunities. So far, it's a decent over, and without taking any risks, these two have raced on to good scores. There you go, a lot of pace offered, another short delivery. They should be able to come back for easy 3 runs in the end. So inching closer to his well-deserved 50 is Farman Ali. Playing a captain's knock, knew that wickets were tumbling. 3 top order batters going way too early in this innings, but then since the arrival of Wahab Hassan, surprisingly promoted up the order, he's done a fine job for his team, and he's still out there. He's putting up a fight, is Wahab Hassan. Well, this is slog swept. It's in the air. And I was just praising as to how well he's played. But Farman Ali, the captain, you can see he's livid with his partner. But Imran Javed has picked up an important wicket. There you go. The moment he's flighted, he's deceived Wahab Hassan through the air. And he's found the fielder to perfection. Easy catch in the end. No troubles whatsoever. They've lost their 4th wicket, half 7 districts. Some redemption for Imran Javed after he was proven to be a little expensive in his first over, gave 15 runs. But then an impressive comeback, picking up an important wicket. Of course, Wahab Hassan was looking quite threatening. You could see he was now looking to shift gears, look to go big against the spinner especially. But good little setup. You could see Imran Javed, he did bowl 3 to 4 quick deliveries, and then all of a sudden the last delivery what he did, he took his chances. He knew that he hasn't gone for a boundary, but even though he bowled a very brave delivery, flighted the ball, he could have gone for a maximum, but need to give credit to Imran Javed. He's done exceptionally well, and in comes the new batter, Lahiru Sandaravan. Another exciting talent. He's walked into a situation where there's a lot of overs to go, so he can allow himself to settle in and play a few dot deliveries. As we speak, Farman Ali, he's played a fabulous stroke down towards the cover region. This has been an exceptional innings by the captain Farman Ali. Raises his bat with pride. But what a special knock by the captain. Looking at the heavens, and he's done a marvelous job. Such a mature cricketer, really, and it's really frustrating at times when Farman Ali throws away his wicket. He's way better than that. Even in the last game, he did get a start and then plays a very obnoxious stroke and loses his wicket. But today, the story has been different. He really took the charge. And he really took the responsibility on his shoulders. That itself just indicates that he knows what his role is. His role is defined, knowing that he's the captain of the team. There is that extra bit of the added pressure to you as a captain. But it has been a very sensible and mature knock by the captain himself, Farman Ali. Gets to his 50. Good shot down the ground once again. It's going to be a couple of easy more runs. 100 comes up for 7 districts. It's come at a good time, but the only problem is that they've lost 4 wickets. That's a really good score. 100 getting in the 12th over. Now, what is the role of Lahiru Sandaravan? What is his approach going to be? It's going to be very interesting to see. Short delivery. Not really getting it from the middle of the bat. Omar Arshad, the captain, he needs to be a little switched on. Maybe he could get Muhammad Ali now into the attack, because they've got 4 wickets. Ikram Janjua, he hasn't really found his right channels. Imran can maybe continue from the far end, and you could introduce Muhammad Ali at this stage, because if ever so you go on to pick Farman Ali, that is going to bring another new batter to the crease. You're going to have 2 new batters to the crease, and then you could restrict 7 districts below 160, 170, and that kind of a score, I don't really think it's going to be a problem for someone like Evergreen Estate, because they bat deep. They've got depth in their batting. So the captain, Omar Arshad, will have to wait and see as to, does he give another one more over to Ikram Janjua? Or is he looking to go for the kill? I think he really needs to get his premier bowler, Muhammad Ali, into the attack. Ask him to come and grab a wicket. And Muhammad Ali, of course, is someone who's very special also with the old ball. We know what damage is done with the new ball, a new ball specialist, but he's someone who's very handy with the old ball as well. He's got those excellent variations, bowls those lovely cutters. So this is, I believe, the right time. You don't want to be holding him back. I mean, you don't want to be asking him to come into ball where the score is already a big one. He's a genuine wicket taker, and wicket is what you need at this stage, because if ever so you pick up another wicket or 2, you will be running into the tail way too early of 7 districts. This is the right time. You need to be one step ahead in the game and have a positive approach to go on to pick up another wicket at this stage of the game. As we speak, it's been given as a wide. Ikram Janjua, you can see he's trying to bend his bat, trying his level best to land the ball in the right areas, but hasn't been on target. Quite a few extras in this over. That itself indicates he's been struggling to find his right lines. Already conceded a boundary as well, so it's been an expensive and also lengthy overall. Needs to just bowl one good delivery. Beautifully driven past cover. They get another couple of runs easily to close out the 12th over. It's 106 for 4. Another spinner being introduced into the attack. I'm not too sure why they've opted to remove Imran. He picked up a wicket in the last over. It was a good little comeback and he's been held back. Now Muzi is someone who is very deceptive. He comes in and bowls with an action where it gives you the feeling that he's going to be taking the ball away, as he's got an action of a wrist spinner, leg spinner. But then most of his deliveries, they come in towards the right-handers, the googlies, which most of the batters, if ever so, they haven't played much against Muzi. They're not really aware that more often than not, most of the deliveries will come inwards towards the right-handers. Just like that. Beautifully bowled and equally well played by Lahiru. Lahiru now too has a great chance to get runs under his belt, and that too in a situation where his team really requires his services. Swept away beautifully by Farman Ali. And Farman Ali, his job is going to be simple. As a captain, he just needs to do what he's doing. Just continue the way he's batting, stay right till the end. Try to go out to play all the overs, maybe just accelerate in the last 3 to 4 overs, but so far he doesn't need to do anything silly. Talking about silly, that wasn't the best of shot selections by Lahiru. Already you can sense some urgency coming in from Lahiru, trying to get onto one knee and slog towards the leg side. Another shot attempted, and good little try down in the deep, but then Muzi is not very impressed, because you've gotten both your hands onto the ball and it should have been taken. These are the moments in the game. That could have been the 5th wicket. He did all the hard work. Yeah, it's a decent attempt, but for me, really, that should have been taken. At this level of the game, much more is expected from these men in the middle. It's 113 for 4. Right then, it looks like it's going to be the captain himself who's introduced himself into the attack. Let's see what he's got in store. Oh, that is not the best of starts. It's a full toss, beg your pardon, to start off proceedings, and also to add insult to injury. It's been called as a no ball, so not too sure with this decision. Umar Arshad rather is introduced himself at a stage where Farman Ali, I think, will really now look to go hard against Umar. He's not a regular bowler. Imran being asked to hold back. Not too sure with this decision, really. Oh, he's missed out. You can see from Ali, he's gutted with himself. He knows that he could have gotten much better results. But this is already a good start. 8 runs on the first delivery. You bowl, you're always under immense pressure as a bowler. Now Lahiru Sandaravan, I believe, will have the license to go big against Umar. Quick single, direct hit is required, and yet again they miss the stumps, and also resulting in an overthrow. So they're just letting now 7 districts to get back into the contest. And if ever so they go on to achieve anywhere somewhere around 180, even 190, it's going to be very difficult to get that score, because 7 districts, they're by far having the most impressive bowling attacks here in the UAE domestic circuit. Thrashes it round the ground. Good bit of fielding. Will only be a single. So clear intentions from Lahiru Sandaravan. He's been sent out for a purpose, and I think it's a good move. It's a wise move. You would want somebody like Lahiru to walk in at a situation where he could get you quick, fiery, 25, 30, just up the ante. On the other end, Farman Ali, he's playing such a valuable innings for his team. It's a captain's knock. He's raced on to 68 in 43 deliveries. It's been a very courageous and a fearless innings by Farman. And again, Omar Arshad bowling a loosener, way too short. 15 runs already been looted in this over. Omar Arshad, the captain himself, needs to put his thinking cap on and somehow try to get the wicket of the captain Farman. Luckily, it's gone towards the field. Another misfield. In fact, she should have really stopped this one. 16 runs coming in the 14th over. 7 districts are right back on track. It's 129 for 4. I just have this gut feeling something's got to give. We might just see a big over, or Muzi could be getting a wicket to his name, because I don't think they're going to hold back now. They will look to go big against Muzi. Yeah, there you go, trying to sweep him towards the fine leg region. Farman Ali, one of the finest sweepers we have in the domestic arena. On that occasion, missing out. So we could be in for some fireworks. Lahiru Sandaravan, who's someone who's known as a power hitter, and there was a lot of power behind the shot. Gets a maximum. This is much more like it. He's now decided it's a better option to always to play down the ground. We could see even the last over he was trying to play across the line without much of success in his favor, but now that's a proper shot down the ground. One of the safest shots you could opt to play as a batter. And these are valuable runs. They're on track. And a good delivery by Muzi. The problem is now Muzi is bowling a bit too full to both the batters. He needs to adjust his length, bowl slightly shorter. It's way too full. It's really in the slot, and that is something which you would expect the batters to go after you, because both of them are well set. So this is one approach you could have as a spinner. I mean, really, they can take a leaf out of the notebook of the bowlers of Dial a Battery Gorilla 11. I remember what they did. They had a packed offside field, and they just made the batters cut the ball. And they just made it so difficult, really, for the opponents to get away with the boundaries.
But Mosey is trying to pick up wickets. I'm not too sure that's the right approach. There you go, another boundary. Another delivery which is pitched away too full. And when you're aware that somebody like Farman Ali is so strong in those areas, you can always ask your deep square leg fielder to be a bit more fine, bit more square rather, and not the right field setup. So 7 districts, at one stage it looked like they were under a lot of trouble. It's the captain who stood tall and he showed a lot of maturity in the center. Gets away with this. It's 143 for 4. So reintroducing into the attack Esan Tareen, who was mighty impressive, and I think he should have been introduced way too early when they had 4 wickets picked up. That was the time I did mention they could have introduced Muhammad Ali into the attack. But now the problem is that both the batters are set. Chipped in the air. Will only be a single. So this is going to be a test for Esan Tareen. I know he's a very talented left arm medium pace bowler. Does bowl the heavy ball. Does have the experience as well to come into bowl with the old ball as well. Nails in those yorkers. Bowls those slower bumpers. And now this is the time. You need to now go for the variations. I did mention early on there was no need for variations at that stage. Oh, that's a mighty hit by Farman Ali. He's decided to cut loose and he's looking dangerous out there. What a phenomenal knock. It's a gigantic hit. And he's certainly turning on the heat here in the Tolerance Oval. What a captain's innings have we witnessed. He's raced on to his 80s. And this is now a great chance for the captain to get to his 100. 150 comes up, and that too in style. It's this man on your screen. Farman Ali has done the damage. Really, all praises to Farman Ali, the way he batted this innings. This is high up in the air, but not getting it off the middle of the bat. And they're coming back for the second. Oh, this is not the best of fieldings in the deep. Very clumsy, I would say. Very lethargic. You can see that he never really came onto the ball. Was caught napping in the deep. Should have been only a single now. This is what really needs to be taken on note. Pulled away nicely once again. Farman Ali is getting runs thick and fast for his team, and he's cruising on to his 90s. 87 is what he's gotten. And Esan Tareen is all over the place. It's a poor delivery. Fine leg in the circle. Why would he bowl all that short? Not the best of efforts here by the men in red. Have allowed some districts to come back in the contest. And that's what I was mentioning. This is one team you can't allow them to come back. If ever so you do give them a chance, this is what happens. They must be now thinking to even get 200 pretty much on the cards. The way these two are batting, they could surpass the magical number of 200. hit down the ground, but there is protection. Will only be a single. Another expensive, productive over so far. 14 runs in the first 5 deliveries. Ehsan Tareen in this very over. He's been all over the place. That's what I was mentioning. He's been introduced at a stage where 2 batters are well set in the middle. Trying to go for a big shot. Lahiro missing it in the end. It's 157 for 4. Muhammad Ali, this is what I was stating. He could have been brought into the attack way too early when they had 4 wickets. When they had Wahab Hassan, he was trying to settle in the middle. This is where you could have really asked Muhammad Ali to come into the attack. Slashed away very nicely. It's going to be a 1 bounce boundary. And surely Umar Arshad, the captain, he's missed a trick or 2 in this innings. They were really having an upper hand, but now Muhammad Ali has been introduced into the attack at a stage where there's no pressure. If ever so he would have bowled a bit too early, the story would have been quite different. Management and the think tank in the dugout would surely be keeping and taking notes as to what's happening in the middle. It's a thick outside edge, and that too. Oh, in fact, he's done well. Sabir Rao getting in the way, gets another couple of runs. So just 1 big hit away is Farman Ali to be getting his maiden 100, and should be a well-deserved one. Yeah, has that ricocheted off his trousers? The umpire just having a quiet word with the leg umpire. Yeah, it did. So it's a dot delivery, but already quite a. That's a very big score. Oh, in fact, it's a drop chance. That is brushed the gloves of Farman Ali, and he could have been out in 94. This is poor stuff, really. I mean, Evergreen Real Estate. They've taken this game way too lightly, and this is something which you can't afford against a star-studded lineup of 7 districts. This has been pulled away. It's high up in the air. And what have you done, Farman Ali? Why would you play this kind of a stroke when you have 3 more overs to bat after this? Yeah, he's done exceptionally well. He's played very well, but this is a brain fade, and he's thrown away his wicket on 94. He could have gotten to his 100 easily. It wasn't the last over that he had to play this kind of a stroke. And surely he would be absolutely gutted. And yeah, you can see even Sabir must be telling you, what have you done? You had a lot of overs to get to your 100. And this is how it's happened. Good little delivery by Muhammad Ali. Knowing there was a fielder in the deep, why would you play that shot aerial? He could have easily just played it along the carpet, get to his 100 and then just ensure he gets on with the innings, but he's getting a standing ovation. Tremendous knock by the captain Farman Ali. 163 for the loss of 5. In comes another very hard hitter of the ball. Irshad Khan doesn't have much time in his hands. Will look to go big from ball 1. Swing and a miss. Excellent delivery. This is where now Muhammad Ali, he's such a special talent, really. He's doing a fine job. Wow, what a terrific over. Excellent figures. Look at this, what he's done. 3 wickets to his name. He's bowling his last over. Hardly has he given any looseners. Started off the over with a boundary, but look what he's done after that. Just a couple of runs followed by the most important wicket of this innings for Farman Ali, who's been caught in the deep on 94. Oh, Muhammad Ali did well to get his hand out of the way, because that could have been a nasty injury. Nonetheless, terrific over by Muhammad Ali. He does well. He's done for the evening. Excellent figures. 165 for 5. Projected score states they're gonna reach somewhere around 194, but I think their eyes would be to surpass the 200, which is pretty much possible from this stage. Still 18 legal deliveries to go. They're thinking to come back for the second. Good bit of bowling. Ehsan Tareen, this is where he's such an exciting talent. Ehsan Tareen, impressive in the first spell, and now he's doing a decent job. But as I just mentioned, they could have been brought into the attack early. They're doing well, no doubt, but look at the score. 166 already on the board, and still there's 17 legal deliveries to be bowled. Yeah, I feel for Ehsan Tareen. I mean, it's really been below average stuff behind the stumps. Not too sure what the keeper is complaining about. He created an opportunity. Yeah, I mean, that's very lazy effort. Very late reaction. Was caught napping. Clearly you could see that he wasn't expecting the ball come to him. And I would say it's a drop chance. The reaction was so late that by the time he dived, the ball already passed him. Thick outside edge. Hasn't really gone too far. So far, Ehsan Tareen is doing a decent job in this over. Hasn't bowled any looseners. 7 districts on the other end. I think they will be mighty pleased with this effort. And of course, a big thank you to their captain, who took them out from a tough situation where they were struggling by losing 3 wickets. Quick running between the wickets. They're coming back for the second. Oh, in fact, denied by Lahiru. Good call. There was never a 2 there. So, being a 7 district supporter, I think you wouldn't mind either of the batters to take strike, because Irshad Khan, he can really just tear the bowling apart. And Lahiru Sandrovan, of course, he's already proven what he's made of. 20 in 13 deliveries. Very valuable 20 that he's gotten for his team. Hits it hard. The umpire does well to get out of the way because this is struck cleanly down the ground, but a couple of more runs added to the tally. So far, it has been a good little over by Tareen. Just needs to ensure he finishes off the over well. We haven't seen much of variations coming into equation in this innings. It's either been short stuff with pace on, and then we've seen block hole deliveries. There you go, another short delivery. But he will find the fielder, so some redemption for Tareen. And the last delivery, he's picked up a wicket. This is an important wicket because we know this man, Irshad Khan, he could have done a lot of damage. But in the end has another wicket to his kitty. So end of over number 18, it's 174 for 6. In walks Siam Khan. He's a pure entertainer. You will see him in the second innings with the ball. Very lethal bowler Siam Khan, but now all eyes on his batting abilities. He too is someone who really enjoys batting. He will come out and express himself, will look to go hard at the bowlers. And that is really the current demand of the situation of this game. No time whatsoever, but he would want Lahiru to be taking the majority of the strike as we are going into the penultimate over. Sabir Rao, he'll be stranded with only with that one over. So miscalculation once again by Omar Arshad. Beautifully bowled. This is very smart bowling. Yeah, at the end of the innings, you as a batter, you're always looking to go hard at the ball, thinking that the ball will come at you, because it's the penultimate over. I mean, it's the second last over of the innings. You will try to just throw the kitchen sink at. You'll try to swing the bat hard, try to just blast the ball. And this is where Sabir is smart. He's taking all the pace off. Now this is high up in the air. And lucky for Lahiru that it has gone in the vacant area. But Sabir Rao realizing that Lahiru is expecting pace on his bat. So this is where Sabir is now bringing all his experience into play. We saw a lovely first up delivery, bowling way too full. He's not really shy and scared to be bowling in those full areas. Slow delivery is always such a useful and deceptive ball. Another roll of the fingers, another bumper, which you can see that the ball did hold up. It never really arrived at Lahiru Sandaruvan. And now I think Sabir Rao can be a little smart in his approach. Maybe just bowl one full delivery to Siam Khan, who's just made his way in the middle. Should be full and straight. It is, but Siam Khan has gone aerial and he has launched this into the orbit for a maximum. What a terrific strike. I did mention the moment he entered into the ground that he is a pure entertainer, and there he goes, bang. And a bit of arrogance in the stroke by Siam Khan. This is a massive, it's a monstrous hit by Siam Khan. He's really improved his batting as well lately, and he is showcasing his talent. Bang, he goes once again. That's high up in the air. Is that back-to-back maxis? You bet it is. Oh my word, what are you doing, Siam Khan? We know what havoc you create with the ball, but crack he goes, clearing his front leg, and again that is such a power stroke by Siam Khan. It's been dismissed from his presence. Sabir Rao under pressure. What's coming next? Oh, that's cheeky from Siam Khan. Smart approach though. I think he could have just played the same shot he played early on to a replica, but nonetheless, an expensive over comes to the end. It's Siam Khan's show. End of over number 19. It's 190 for 6. Right then, this is such an interesting move. So, a lot of miscalculations by Omar Shah. They've opted to go with Imran because they don't have options. Ali's bowled out, Ehsan is bowled out. This could be a massive over. Siam Khando goes downtown and starts the over extremely well, gets a boundary to his name. He's on the move with Siam Khan. This is such an entertaining knock. Clearing once again, just trying to create room with Siam. And that is just struck with some severe power yet again. 194 on the board. Now 200 is certainly on the cards. The cap is now back into the right position of Siam Khan. 16 of 4. He's looking in ominous touch. He's certainly turning on the heat here in the Tolerance Oval. Missed out. He wants a second. He really wants a strike back. Excellent running. Now what he's done here, Siam Khan, you can see he ran the first one hard, and that is what put pressure on the fielder. There was a type of fumble which did allow Siam Khan to get back on strike. So is he going to get his team to the 200 with a glory hit? It's high up in the air. He gets his team to 200 with a glory hit. Siam Khan. This is a breathtaking knock by Siam. He's such a powerful striker of the ball. Look at him go. And the moment he struck this, he knew he's got a lot of bat on this one. And this time drills it, but there is protection in the deep. These are such valuable runs. Oh, they're going for the second. This is going to be close. In fact, is going to be out. Yeah, it's been given out on field. Oh, what an entertaining passage of play are we witnessing since the arrival of Siam Khan. End of Lahiru Sandruvan, who's played a valuable knock for his team. But yeah, I think the idea was right. He would want Siam Khan because he's really timing the ball and middling the ball well. Another fumble. The fielding really has let them down this evening. And in the end, did fall short, Lahiru. But the good news for 76 is that Siam Khan is on strike. Dancing down the track. Again, he's ran the first one hard. Surely they should be able to come back for the second. Oh, in fact, Awais Ahmed opting not to come back for the second. So just the last delivery for Awais. Of course, you will see him swing the bat really hard onto this last ball. Try to get another maximum. And if ever so, they're going to do so. 210 is going to be a massive total. Making a few amendments in the field as we have a left-hander at the crease. So nobody patrolling towards the offside. They've got a lot of protection towards the leg side though. Last delivery. Goes hard, but surely they should be looking to come back for the second. And not the best of efforts once again behind the stumps. Very poor. He's been behind the stumps. But nonetheless, 206 is what they've gotten in the end, and that's a very good score. After losing 3 wickets in the power play, it was the captain Farman Ali who took the charge, took the responsibility, and has played a valuable innings for his team. Well, that's how the innings have spanned out. You can see that the top order batters really went early, but then it was Farman Ali, the captain, playing a sensible knock. And in the end, you saw Siam Khan also getting those valuable 26. Yeah, quite a few options have been utilized. An off day for Imran Javed. But for me, I think the pick of the bowlers were the two attacking bowlers. Muhammad Ali, 3 wickets for him, and Hasan Tareen also bagging in 2 wickets. 20 extras, that's something which is not acceptable at all. Right, then we're just going to dive into a short little break, and once we are back, we will be all set for the run chase. Stay tuned. Welcome back, viewers. First innings done and dusted. They've scored a very good score, surpassing 200, and that was all thanks to Siam Khan, providing the much-needed impetus into the innings in the latter part. And now all eyes on the two batters. It's going to be Danish Sarhadi, very talented right-handed batter. He's someone who's really having the similar kind of gameplay as we saw what Farman Ali did. He too will stay out there, will ensure that he doesn't really play those aerial strokes. It's not going to be all that easy because it's going to be Awais Ahmed to be starting off proceedings. Right on the money, and Danish Sarhadi takes a quick single. Directed, but I think he's home. Yeah, who can forget that they were 38 for 3 in the 6th over. That was the time really they should have taken things in control, or should have taken the charge and should have been having a bit more aggressive intent. Maybe could have tried to look for another wicket or two, but then excellent partnership between Wahab Hassan and Farman Ali, the captain himself. Wahab Hassan playing a valuable knock of 26 as well. Really, that was the stage which brought them back into the contest. Mohammad Imran Odi on the other end, he did exceptionally well in the first innings, did get his team off to a flyer. He's someone who won't really hold back. You wouldn't expect him to play those stylish cover drives, play with a straighter bat. He's someone who would explode, will look to really go hard at the bowlers. And he needs someone like Imran Odi, top of the order, when you know that you're scoring more. You would want to get off rather to a good start. Required run rate almost 11 runs per over. Awais Ahmed, of course, will bring all his experience into play. He's someone who's been around with the Seven Districts team for quite a while now. Runs in, gives his 100% every time he's got the ball in his hand. A fighter really, Awais Ahmed, and also is someone who really gets you breakthroughs pretty early in the contest. And that's what you want from your fast bowlers, and he's someone who's been doing so for quite a while for Seven Districts. At the moment, just bowling back of the length delivery, so he's bowling the perfect lengths. Mohammad Imran Odi on the other end. He needs to ensure he doesn't play a lot of dot deliveries. Yeah, it's still, I mean, he just played 2 deliveries, that's okay, but in the first 6 overs, they would want to ensure they don't lose many wickets. And at the same time, they need to keep up with the required run rate, which already is almost 11 at the start of this run chase. He's missed it. Surely Mohammad Imran Odi should have thrust this towards the boundary, because there's nobody patrolling towards the offside in the deep. He's got a deep square leg alongside a deep third man. That was full in the slot, and all he had to do is just play it over the 30-yard fielders towards the offside, and he would have gotten better results. But nonetheless, it's turning out to be a very good over by Awais Ahmed. Would want to finish off strong. Oh, sharp bumper. And Imran Odi, he was in no position really to play that shot. He wanted to leave it, but it did take some part of the bat. Excellent start by Awais Ahmed. It's 2 for no loss. Evergreen Real Estate, they've started off this tournament with a bang already. 2 points on the table where they went on to chase, or rather defend, beg your pardon. In the first encounter, they won by 10 runs. It's going to be Lahiru to be sharing the new ball alongside of S. Ahmed. Of course, played a very valuable and an important knock. He came out to bat at a stage where his team was struggling. They were 3 down. Lahiru, he was under a bit of pressure, but batted very nicely today, this evening. This is such a glorious hit, showing the full face of the bat. Mohammad Imran Odi, and always wanted to go downtown. No intentions whatsoever to keep the ball along the carpet. So they have to target someone, and it just looks like that they're going to go after Lahiru. They're missing the lights of Farhan Khan, mind you. That was way too full. And also no swing and offer, so it was a hit-me delivery. It was in the slot. And what a terrific cricketing stroke by Imran Odi to get a maximum. So Lahiru must be under the pump, would be feeling the heat and the pressure. On the other end, Imran Odi, so much is expected from him. If ever so, they would want to chase down this massive total they've set. First 6 overs are surely going to be setting the tone for Evergreen. Now that's a pickup shot. Nicely done. It's an outrageous hit by Imran Odi. And he's straight away putting Lahiru Sandroon under immense pressure. Look at the pickup, the swing of the bat, and a bit of arrogance as well. Imran Odi, he was looking a little agitated, a little fidgety in the first over he played against Awais, but now couple of back-to-back maxis, and Lahiru Sandroon, he needs to be a little more precise. The first ball, it was way too full. The discipline is lacking when it comes to his lengths at the moment. Another short delivery. In fact, he's asking the question. He's celebrating his Lahiru. Umpire seems to be unmoved. Yeah, he thought that he had a genuine case. And Mohammad Imran Odi on the other end would believe that he's missed out to an opportunity to get another boundary or a maximum to his name, because yet again, that was way too short. Don't really think they need a slip or two in this situation, because the way he's batting, you would always want your 30-yard fielders to come from the circle or even far beyond the circles. Take a start outside the circle. Nicely done. Just making a minor adjustment in the end. Mohammad Imran Odi realizing that the ball did keep a bit low, and that's where he just bailed out, ensuring he doesn't go through with the shot. But looks very elegant and stylish, Imran Odi, every time he's looking to play down the ground towards the V. And that's exactly what is required. They would want to have a good start. The first 6 overs are so important when you are chasing a big total. So the third man in the circle, fine in the circle. They've gotten a long off in position alongside a deep mid wicket. Crashed away nicely towards the offside. Long chase for the fielder. Does well eventually. So it is an expensive over, quite contrasting as to what we saw. Awais Ahmed in his first over gave hardly any runs, but Lahiru, he's been struggling in this over. You can see that he's not been able to find his right lens, especially. The lines are okay, but the lens have to be very precise against Imran Odi. If he'll see anything a bit fuller in his arc, in his area, he will really go hard hit you. And also, those short stuff coming in from Lahiru, that pace isn't bothering Imran Odi. Now balls are wide. Oh, in fact, he's gotten away with it. No. Umpire making the right call. So it is a big over already, 15 runs. Imran Odi would want to ensure he takes full opportunity and maybe try to get a boundary or a maximum on the last delivery, because Lahiru, he's been all over the place. So far it has been a struggle. You can see he's been spraying the ball all over. Yeah, this is much better. Just adjusting his length ever so slightly, bowling a bit full. It's a dot to close out a good over for Evergreen Real Estate. It's 17 for no loss. Where's to continue bowled. A lovely over. It's a pickup shot. Hasn't really timed it or gotten it from the middle of his bat. But nonetheless, they will get a couple of runs. So, good little recovery after a quiet start in the first over. He's done well, and Danish Sarhedi hasn't really gotten much of strike so far. On the other end, Imran Odi is looking and a good touch, just continuing from where he left off. Even in the last game, he did got off to a flyer, but just couldn't carry on the momentum and lost his wicket in the power play. Oh, that's been dispatched towards the mid wicket for a huge maximum. What a terrific shot by Danish Sarhedi. He's been given a new role, and that is to come out to open. And that's cracked away for a much needed maximum. So the chase is on. Evergreen Real Estate, as I did mention in the first innings, they do have firepower in their batting lineup. They do bat deep. But this is a perfect start for Evergreen Real Estate. Punched away nicely towards cover. And I feel the ball will have enough legs to reach the boundary. So he's toying around with the bowler. And Awais Ahmed didn't bowl the best of his two deliveries in this over. First, it was way too short. And now too full. And offering a lot of width as well. So he's struggling in this very over. Awais Ahmed needs to go back to his basics and try to just do what he's good in. And that is to swing the ball in towards the right-handers, bowl those booming in-swingers. He's a specialist, Awais Ahmed, but those deliveries are completely gone out the window. I haven't seen him bowl those deliveries so far. Much better taking the pace off the ball. Direct hit, and I think Danish Sarhedi would have been under a bit of trouble. Could pick up and throw. It's turning out to be a good little comeback by Evergreen Real Estate. Oh, what a peach of a delivery. It's a dream delivery for any left arm fast bowler. And that ball just jagged away from Danish Sarhedi. Literally, it was an unplayable delivery. And it was, I think we've seen, this is, I think, the best ball so far in this tournament from a fast bowler. What a terrific delivery by Awais. After he was a little expensive, he's picked up an important wicket, gets the breakthrough. It's 29 for 1. Once again, it is Awais Ahmed providing a wicket in the power play. And that's exactly what he's here for in this team. Gets you those important early wickets. He's a genuine wicket taker. And also someone who's very economical, doesn't really give many runs in the start. So good to see they have a slip in place. Mohammad Ikram comes in to bat at number 3 position. Beautifully ball. That's a terrific delivery to close out. An excellent over by Awais. It's 29 for 1 after 3. Right then, here comes the entertainer Siam Khan. You will see those booming in-swingers, those Yorkers. And he is an absolute specialist of it. He's a master when it comes to bowling those Yorkers. And really, you don't have these kind of bowlers in the domestic circuit who will come in and bowl with this slingy action and bowl Yorkers with the new ball. It takes a lot of effort. And you need to have raw talent to be coming in and to bowl those booming in-swingers inwards towards the right-handers. And Siam Khan, he is a specialist. This is up in the air. And what a catch. And that's the reason I was praising Siam Khan, because he is a very lethal bowler. Pace, swing. And that is a lethal combination to possess as a fast bowler. He grabs his first wicket. And Evergreen Real Estate are under trouble. 29 for 2. He's having such a great game so far, Siam Khan, of course. We saw his heroics with the bat in the first innings, and now with the ball, he's already bagged a wicket in his first over. Brilliant performance by Siam Khan. He's really charged up. You can see he's looking to bowl with a lot of pace in the middle. Here he is, steaming in once again. Yeah, Ilyas Shah, the new batter, so much is expected from him. But really, I mean, all praises to Siam Khan. I mean, he's been he's been a remarkable bowler over the years, the past few seasons. His skill set, his dedication, the composure, of course, he puts in the field. Also the ability to really deliver in those accurate areas. Very disciplined bowler. And he's someone who really rises into those big equations. Crashed away towards cow corner. will get a boundary. So they're on the charge, and it just seems like that they will just continue the onslaught. They're looking to target one of their premier bowlers, Siam Khan. But Siam is someone who wouldn't really like this. He's very miser when it comes to be given runs. So watch out for a sharp bumper. Yeah, talking about the man on your screen, I think his consistency and the quality of his bowling over the years really deserves a lot of recognition and praise. Clipped away, but very lucky. Could have easily gone into the hands of the fielder. Good move by Farman Ali, the keeper behind the stumps, getting Siam early in the contest because the ball is new. We're still in the power plays, and Siam is someone who's, of course, having a slingy action. He's quite famous here in the domestic arena, Siam Khan. And also the way he runs in, of course, reminds me of the great legend, ex-cricketer Shoaib Akhtar. A bit of arrogance, bit of argy-bargy going on between the two. Siam Khan is on fire. It's 34 for 2 after 4. So they do have runs on the board, but the problem is that they've lost both their openers early in this innings. Imran Odi started off well, but then Awais Ahmed, I think he's bowled exceptionally well. So you've got one bowler who will look to bowl full and will look to bowl those booming in-swingers and also surprise the batters with one which goes away from the right-handers, and that is what he did against Danish Harhadi. That ball, it went away from Danish. So he's such a quality bowler who possesses a lot of skills, who has those excellent variations. And then on the other end, you've got Siam Khan bowling. So it's never going to be easy against such quality bowling lineup of 7 districts. Yeah, the idea is right. You can see what he's doing here. At least he's trying to bowl full. Mohammad Ikram and Ilyas Shah, so much is now going to be dependent on their shoulders. They know that they've already lost 2 massive wickets. Those are the 2 batters who could have really put a dent in the first innings, but it's the expertise of Awais Ahmed getting the all-important wicket early on. Nicely played, bit of a mix-up, direct hit was required. And that's something which really you cannot afford as a batting team when you are chasing down any kind of total, especially when you're chasing big totals. Of course, you have to go big in the first 6 overs. There is an element of risk because you're trying to play freely, you're trying to play those aggressive strokes, aerial in the air. But it's a really good wicket to bat on. Pulled away nicely. And he's muscled this for a maximum. That's much more like it. Ikram is someone who's very strong at the back foot, and anything short, he's really belted this hard for a maximum. So the chase is on. They are getting the boundaries and the maximums, but the problem is at the same time they're losing wickets. Still a long way to go. Plenty of runs needed. So far, I believe the momentum is in the favor of 7 districts. Losing wickets early on is Evergreen Real Estate. Again, a bit of a mix-up between the two. Need to be careful. Don't want to be getting run out. So Ikram, certainly he's announced his arrival. He is trying to take down Awais Ahmed, but they might just pull one loose delivery or 2, but otherwise you will see that them getting back on course Of course, you've got 4 overs of Wahab Hassan. You'll see him soon. Another bowler who's been making a lot of name for himself. Someone who's been bagging a lot of wickets. Plays a lot of cricket here in the domestic arena. Of course, a senior member for 7 districts. Short delivery and Awais Ahmed bowling a loosener, way too short. And Ikram, easy pickings for him, just walking it away and knows where the field is. This was always going to go towards the boundary. Yeah, trying his luck, but Awais Ahmed, he will now realize that bowling short is not the right approach, especially in the first 6 overs where you don't have much protection. Only 2 fielders outside the circle. They have a deep mid-wicket alongside a deep third man. So if ever so you get your line wrong and if it goes towards the leg side, this is what happens. The margin of error becomes really minimal. You need to be so precise and disciplined when we talk about the right lines. And then he rolls his fingers over and bowls a lovely cutter to close out the 5th over. It's 46 for 2. Siam Khan will be bowling the last over of the power play, charging in. Right on the money and very close to the short midfielder. And Siam Khan believes there was an opportunity. It was pretty close to the short midfielder. The ball did angle in and come sharply towards Ilyas Shah. And this is what they want. This is a good little setup. They do have a fielder station just for this kind of a stroke. And almost Ilyas did fall in the trap. Such an exciting spell are we witnessing. Siam Khan. Shot, and he's been slapped down the ground for a boundary. Yeah, you need Ilyas Shah too to join the party because you don't want to be putting extra bit of pressure on Ikram. Chasing more than 200 runs, you would always want runs to come from both the ends. 50 comes up for Evergreen Real Estate. It's come at a good time, but those 2 wickets, that will really make them think. Drill down the ground, but oh, that's not the best of efforts, really. You don't want to be looking at your captain or the bowler because that should have been a dot delivery, but eventually has resulted 4 runs in the end. Yeah, very casual effort, really should have been stopped. Productive over, good start to this over for Evergreen Real Estate. Already 10 runs. Should be a little mindful against Siam Khan. Need to choose the deliveries wisely. Nicely ball, taking all the pace off. Siam Khan does well. Now the problem is for Evergreen Real Estate that they will have to just continue with that required run rate. They need almost 10 to 11 runs each and every single over. So what's going to happen is that once the field is open and once we have Wahab Hassan, he's someone who's very miser. He's economical. Hardly do you see him giving any runs. This is where the pressure will mount on Evergreen Estate. Oh, that's come right off the middle of the bat. It's a big hit. I'll have to wait to the signal of the umpire. It just looked like it's gone all the way. Yeah, right call. So they are taking the charge, and Ikram, he's going after Siam Khan. And that is the problem. I mean, I was just discussing as to he's very accurate when it comes to be bowling those Yorkers with the new ball. But if ever so you get it wrong, what's going to happen? It's going to be resulting in a full delivery, a half volley. And more often than not, you will see the batter will really take you downtown. Last delivery of the power play. This is a big hit. It's high. It's long. It's a monstrous hit by Ikram. So the chase is certainly on, and it has been such an exciting power play. And bang he goes. And the moment he struck, he knew he's got plenty of bat on this one. It's gone into the dugout of his own teammates. It's 69 for 2 after 6. There are no surprises. Straight after the power play, now the field, it's open, it's widespread. So you would want to bring experience straight away into the attack. It's Wahab Hassan, by far one of the most renowned left arm quality spinners we have in the domestic circuit. He's now going to be bowling against two batters who are now looking to take the charge and try to up the ante. They don't have any option though. They've done well, 69 in 6 overs. That's a really good score that they've put on. And straight away, he's right on target. Now, Harbison is someone who reads the batter right till the end, and he's someone who will just keep on consistently look to target the stumps. His lines are so precise, and he's so disciplined. If we talk about him being accurate and bowling onto the line of the stumps. This is high up in the air, and it's gone for a maximum. So runs are coming thick and fast from both the ends, and that is exactly what you would need if ever so you are a fan of Evergreen Real Estate. It was in the slot. And Ilyas Shah, he's someone who does fancy his chances to play across the line, loves to play towards the mid-wicket. Those slog sweeps, gets his front foot, rather gets his front leg down on the ground to the knee, and likes to smash it towards the leg side, towards mid-wicket. So it's going to be a very interesting little contest between Wahab Hassan and Ilyas Shah, who's now looking to shift gears. Again, it's a big shot. Has he got enough bat on? You bet he has. Chase is certainly on, and now you can see Farman Ali, the captain, he's gone down to Wahab Hassan, and surely the message is going to be that you're bowling way too full, mate. That's a hit me delivery. It's too full. There's a lot of flight, and you're asking for trouble because it's a wicket where you would see there's not much turn on offer. Wahab Hassan needs to bowl a bit short, back of the length, then you can just slow down. But with this length, yeah, that's much better. Adjusting his length, good bit of cricket by Ilyas. He knows that he's gotten the runs in this over. They needed 11 runs per over. Now look at what they've done. They need below 10 runs per over. What a brilliant partnership. 26 in 11 for Mohammad Ikram, 26 in 11 for Ilyas. They just need to have the mini goals and objectives in their mind. Another good over for Evergreen Real Estate. It's 82 for 2. More spin being introduced. Bowling from the pavilion end. Now this is a very good chance for the youngster. I mean, usually we see Wahab Hassan and Nabil Aziz. They are the two bowlers who, spin. There was turn on offer. And spin given as a wide. So yeah, I was just saying Wahab Hassan and Nabil Aziz, they're the two regular bowlers who've been consistently playing for Seven Districts, and they come and really squeeze the runs for their team. They don't really allow the batters to get going. But as we know that Nabil Aziz too has gotten a call from the UAE camp. So all the best wishes for Nabil Aziz, and all good wishes to Saqib Ali, who's now got a great opportunity to cement his spot in this side, as Nabil Aziz is not in the side. And Wahab Hassan, I think he will learn from his mistakes in the last over. Couldn't really bowl in the right lens, was bowling way too full in the slots, and it was really asking for trouble. Smashed down the ground, and that was hit straight as an arrow by Ilyas Shah. He's raced on to his 30s. They need to think quickly now. I've heard really good things about Saqib Ali. He hasn't gotten many chances to go on to play from their senior team, of course. Here he is today. Not the start he would have desired. He started off with a wide, and now the last delivery, Ilyas Shah has togged him down the ground, straight into the way. Gets a boundary to his name. The turn which he's getting on offer, we haven't really seen any spinners getting any kind of assistance, purchase of this track, but Saqib Ali, you can see that the three balls he's bowled, there has been slight bit of turn on offer after the ball pitches, so maybe he can just try to bowl slightly shorter. Yeah, that's a very good length. If he can be disciplined and can be consistent with this kind of lengths, he could also change his line, bowl it somewhere around the leg stump and deceive Ilyas to come down the track and hit him towards the leg side. He does not come down the ground, he just stays where he is and slams this for a huge maximum, so he's not letting any of the spinners settle. This is such a valuable knock. Again, too full. I think Farman Ali once again needs to go down to him and have a word with him. He's doing the same mistake which Wahab Hassan did by bowling in the slot. Why are they bowling too full? Good to see now a senior member, Irfan, he's getting into the act, and surely he must be telling that the breeze is going across to the right and you're bowling these flighted deliveries and you're bowling it way too full in his slot. It's going to be another wide, so he's under the pump, he's under pressure. Saqib, of course, getting a call for this game. He just needs to have the belief in himself that he's just one wicket away to get back into a good rhythm. Much more like it. That's what he needed to do throughout this over. Rather, he just bowled it way too full and paid the price. It's 97 for 2 after 8. Just that one over for Wahab Hassan has been taken out of the attack. I think it's the right move because these two batters, they were severe against Wahab and also Saqib, an expensive couple of overs. New ball introduced, Irshad for the first time this evening. Yeah, you need to do something different. And Irshad is someone you would want at this stage because he's got excellent variations. He's got raw pace. He bowls those back of the hand deliveries, and at times it's very difficult to read his hands, his fingers. You're not really sure what's coming next. And this is that stage where you would want to have a couple of quiet overs because I think the pendulum has shifted into the favor of Evergreen Real Estate. Yes, they are chasing a big total, but this is a great start. 2 wickets falling early, but then these two had different plans. Mindset of going all out against the bowlers. Couple of easy more runs, and I think Irshad Khan needs to just slow down this game and needs to ensure he doesn't give pace to these batters. This wicket is, as of such, it really supports the batters. It's a batting friendly wicket, batting paradise, they say. It is, certainly. I mean, most of the batters I saw, they were out in the middle before the game and they were having a close look and they said, wow, there are runs to be scored, gentlemen. And so far, yes, we've already seen quite a few runs being scored. So 200 has been surpassed. And now you can see that the batters, the top order batters, they're finding it so easy really to get runs consistently in every single over. Yeah, there you go. That's much more like it. Now, this is where now Irshad Khan is very smart and a canny bowler. He's not very happy with the decision of the umpire. It's been given as 1 for the over. So, which will mean that Irshad Khan now could not opt to go short. Yeah, look at this. He's still complaining. Irshad Khan, so much is expected from him. Missed out today with the bat. But forget about his batting now. All eyes on his bowling abilities. It's a big game for Seven Districts. They've already lost their opening encounter. Seven Districts, of course, they're one of the favourites, I would say, to win this tournament. Lovely delivery. This is a good start by Irshad Khan and good little captaincy by Farman Ali. Introducing Irshad, because if ever so they would have given one more over to Wahab Hassan. As we speak, 100 comes up as well. Yeah, so if Wahab Hassan couldn't get his right lengths going in his favour, the problem would have been that it could have been another massive over. And then, even for somebody like Irshad Khan, it would have become so difficult to stop the run flow. They could have easily just picked up singles and doubles. The match would have shifted into the favour of Evergreen. So you can see what he's done. Irshad Khan, not a single delivery has he bowled quick. All the 5 deliveries, he's rolled his finger over, and every time he's done that, you can see that it did hold up into the surface. So such a smart and a clever bowler is Irshad, and he's doing a fine job. Maybe now he can just get the fine leg back. He's got a deep square leg and a deep mid wicket. Just pull the deep fine leg back, get the long off in the circle, and just bowl one sharp quick bumper. That is what I would have said to my bowler, because 5 deliveries have been without pace. Yeah, this is good. Really smart bowling. He's gone for pace and he's opted to go right onto the stumps. Brilliant over by Irshad Khan. It's 101 for 2. So just one more over before the players will head to the drinks break. Another experienced campaigner on your screen, Uzair Man. He too knows how to be bowling in these kind of situations. Of course, a batting all-rounder. I haven't really seen him bowl much, but because the two spinners they went for runs, it's a forced change. He's been forced to bring Uzair Man into the attack. And I think they've realized one thing, that pace off is the right way to go about. And surely the coach Rizwan, he would be getting involved after this over, and he'll have a thing or two to say. Advice, and the message would be loud and clear, is just don't offer any pace to these batters. These cutters are working in our favor. Maybe just one or maybe a couple of deliveries with the pace, having protection in the deep. Those sharp bumpers also, or even a Yorker would be handy. Otherwise, you can now see that they're opting to go with the variations. The cutters have come into play. Something's got to give. I can now sense the urgency from these two batters, but they need to just be a little calm out there. They know they've gotten the runs on the board. They've got 8 wickets in hand. So maybe just see off this over. If ever so there's an option to hit, go for it. But otherwise, just head to the drinks break with 2 wickets down. Pulled away. It's a big hit. It's a mighty hit. And Ilyas Shah, he's had enough. We've seen a couple of quiet overs, but Uzair Man opting to go short with pace on. And Ilyas Shah saw the opportunity, and he's really bludgeoned this. It's gone for a much needed maximum. Yeah, it's a beautiful evening here in Abu Dhabi. We're in Tolerance Oval. Such an exciting tournament are we witnessing. Another short delivery with pace on. Could be a chance. Oh, he's put it down. And who is it? I think it's Saqib Ali, who's having a torrid time with the ball, and now he's surely let this one go. This should have been taken. I mean, these men, they do so much practice behind the scenes. There's a lot of drills and catching practice being done. The coach, of course, Rizwan Khan, will be having a close eye on his members. The fielding certainly has let them down. You don't expect them to really drop these catches. They usually take this 9 out of 10. And on these crucial stages, you can't afford to be dropping these catches. Now I think this is another chance. It's gone to Wahab Hassan. He's the safest fielder in the house, and he takes it. What a brilliant catch. And just before he took the catch, I did say he's the safest fielder, and that's the reason. Because Wahab Hassan is safe as a house, and he's perfectly timed his dive to perfection and has taken an absolute stunner. This wasn't an easy chance. It was miles up in the air. And if ever so anybody could have taken this, it was that man. Look at this. Beautifully done. Rishad Khan was absolutely delighted. So just before the drinks break, they've lost a wicket. The players are having the much needed drinks break. We're back after the drinks break, and just before the drinks break, Seven Districts somehow have managed to pick up a wicket. Very good captaincy by Farman Ali. Realizing Wahab Hassan and Saqib Ali, they were struggling to bowl in those right areas. That's why he decided to bring Irshad Khan and Uzair. Both of them are doing a good job. Uzair, man, he was smashed for a huge maximum, mind you. But then finding the fielder, and that was a big, big wicket. So the medium pacers are doing a terrific job at the moment for Seven Districts. Lovely delivery. A dot to close out the 10th over. It's 109 for 3. Now this is the time where they could make a serious comeback, Seven Districts. We saw until the last wicket fell, the pendulum heavily shifted into the favour of Evergreen Real Estate. Now they should realise, if ever so they go on to pick up the wicket of Ilyas Shah, then it becomes so difficult really to get back into the contest, because you're going to have two new batters at the crease, and against such quality bowling lineup, Seven Districts, it's going to be a mission for the new batters to really get going and get these 97 more runs needed. The match is nicely hanging in the balance, and that was pretty much expected when two very talented sides lock horns against each other. It's a high octane contest. It's a big game for Seven Districts, of course. They can't afford to lose another one. They need to get those 2 points on the table. We'll have to wait for the signal of the umpire. It's been given as a wide. I think it was a bit too high, and right call by the umpire. I think the message will be very simple. You can see now Ilyas Shah giving a few instructions to Ikram Janjua. I think he would be stating to his partner is to just get your eye in the middle first. You do not want to be losing a wicket at this stage, because the problem is they still need a lot of runs. Almost 100 is what they need. So what they need is to stitch up a partnership, and Ilyas can just continue as to what he's doing. Gone! Whatever Ilyas Shah said to Ikram Janjua, I don't really think he listened to him ever so. But what a terrific bowling display by these two medium pacers. Uzair Man first picking up and getting that all-important breakthrough. And now Irshad Khan also joining the act, joining the party. Gets a wicket to his name. Seven Districts are right back in this contest. Well, it's a terrific little comeback here for Seven Districts. At one stage, the two batters, they were really getting away with the show. The way the two batters were batting, Ilyas Shah, he's still out there. Umar Arshad, captain, he's got a big responsibility now. He's someone who won't really hold back. He will look to go hard and look to try to hit those big sixes right from where it go. And this is now a great opportunity for Seven Districts to squeeze in with a couple of quiet overs. Maybe, I think this is the right time to introduce Saqib Ali because he's short of confidence. He's a quality bowler, no doubt. But now that you have a new batter at the crease, might as well just give a chance to Saqib Ali and reintroduce him into the attack. Quick single, good running in the end, and Omar will open his account with the single. Fine margins in a T20 contest, really. There were 109 for 2, where the two batters, they were batting so nicely. It was Mohammad Ikram and Ilyas Shah. He's still out there. But that's what happens when you lose a wicket at those crucial stages of the game. And I did mention before going into the drinks break that he just needs to see off the over, just to rehydrate, get those electrolytes into his system and freshen up and come into the next passage of play. But then he just hurried and played a rash stroke, threw away his wicket. That's what really allowed the team to come back. Now this could be another one. They're falling apart. That's a massive wicket. And the celebration says it all because they know they've picked up the most important wicket of this innings. It's the set batter Ilyas who will depart. And such a brave delivery by Irshad. Bowling full and also taking all the pace off the ball to pick up another wicket. Now Seven Districts will believe the match is pretty much in the grasp. Now it's going to be super difficult really to chase this down. 95 needed, half the side back in the hutch. Omar and Imran new to the crease, and you've got 3 overs of Wahab, 3 overs of Saqib. Irshad, he's over the moon, he's bowled exceptionally well. And then Uzair, of course, picking up a wicket on his first. So the chips and the chips are down really for the men in red, and the odds are surely against Evergreen Real Estate. Beautifully ball. That's a good delivery. A single to close out. A successful over by Irshad Khan. It's 113 for 5. Farman Ali, the captain, deciding to continue with pace. Singles isn't going to be a problem. It's not going to bother Seven Districts, but what a terrific comeback. At one stage, it looked like they were running away with the show with Ikram and Ilyas Shah. Excellent bit of partnership between them. And also the problem was that they were dealing in maximums and boundaries. 3 sixes for Ikram, 4 sixes for Ilyas Shah. So the runs were coming really quickly, and that was a problem for the captain. But today, Farman Ali, I think we need to give a lot of credit to him. He's been switched on, and he realized that the spinners, they were having a torrid time. They weren't really getting the ball to pitch in the right areas. That's where Farman Ali decided to bring pace back into the attack. And he opted to bring 2 new bowlers who have done a brilliant job for their team. Uzair Man, of course, getting all needed to breakthrough for his team. And then Irshad Khan, terrific spell. And this is the reason I always say it's a champion side, Seven Districts. They will always bounce back. That last game, I think they will just forget about what's happened, and they would have taken a lot of learning experience. But this is one team who've clinched a lot of titles here in the UAE domestic circuit. This could be another wicket. Oh, what a catch! And it's Awais Ahmed who's having a big smile on his face, because he knows that there was a bit of a miscalculation when he was running on towards the ball. There was a slight bit of pause, and then he realized that the ball is a bit far and away from his reach. This is where he dived and kept his eyes on the ball, and he was absolutely delighted to pick up an excellent catch. It's pretty much looking over for Evergreen Real Estate. It's 115 for 6. Six wicket have already been fallen. They were 109 for 2. And now they find themselves in some serious trouble, of course. Evergreen Real Estate, they have 2 points on the table. They've started off this tournament with a bang. But now, in a span of 6 runs, they've lost 4 wickets. What a terrific comeback by Seven Districts. They've done a fine job. And yet again, coming back to a point I was talking and praising Farman Ali. Of course, who can forget what he did this afternoon with the bat? Yeah, he would be livid and gutted with himself. He got out on 94. Not too sure why he opted to play that shot. But really now they're running through this low order batters of Evergreen Real Estate. And just after the drinks break, in a span of 7 runs, they've lost 5 wickets. This is unbelievable stuff, really. Seven Districts now are on the verge of even bowling them out and winning this game by a big margin. Terrific stuff. It's 116 for 7. What a turnaround to this game. If ever so, you've just gotten away from your TV television screens and have come back. Yeah, you were reading it right. They were 109 for 2 and now they're 116 for 7, and that's all because of some excellent bowling by Irshad. And of course, the man on your screen, Uzair Man. What an inclusion for 7 districts. 3 wickets to his name. Such a talented all-rounder. And he's running through the tail of Evergreen Real Estate. Nicely bowled, equally well played. End of another successful over. It's 12 gone, 116 for 7. Shah will continue, bowls a sharp bumper. I think it's going to be a wide. Yeah, just overdoing it, Irshad. Still a lot of runs required. Yeah, it's now turning out to be pretty much one-sided encounter. Lovely delivery. Irshad Khan taking all the pace off once again. And if ever so, this was onto the line of the stumps. Mozi would have been making his way back to the hut. Excellent spell by Irshad Khan. Already a couple of wickets is what he's bagged into his kitty. This is a big hit, but this might be another wicket. Oh, good attempt. Full marks for the effort. But Irshad Khan, he's not happy. He believes that should have been taken. Nonetheless, could have been an easy, could have been another wicket for Irshad. Good delivery, taking all the pace off. And I think he's done well. I mean, he had to cover a lot of distance, but just could not hold on to it. And I think we need to give a lot of credit to their owner, Mohammad Haider, for really building up this team. And also putting together such a competitive squad, really, from the scratch. It's never all that easy. I mean, the commitment to scouting these talented young cricketers from Pakistan. It's got such a vital and major role, has the owner Mohammad Haider, to really identify these players, and here they are. So really, I mean, his vision has laid the foundation for what we are witnessing and seeing on the field today. At the same time, we haven't really seen the owner of Seven Districts, Mohammad Haider, for quite a while now. Usually he's pretty much visible. He usually plays as well for the team. A very passionate presence in the ground. Always supporting, always engaged with the team. So surely his absence has been quite noticeable, and his cricketing community will be hoping to see him back around the squad in the venue soon. And as we speak, this could be a chance. And there you go. Another wicket falls. Well, this team is here for some serious business, our Seven Districts. And now, Evergreen Real Estate, they are on a serious verge of being bundled out and not go on to play the 20 overs. What a catch! Kept his eyes on the ball right till the end. And that's the reason I was really praising for each and every effort we see in the ground. That was the reason I was praising, of course, the owner, who really deserves a lot of credit to form this champion side we are witnessing today. It's 119 for 8. It's a match-winning spell, no doubt, Irshad Khan. And mind you, Irshad Khan, he was brought into the attack at a stage where there was immense pressure. The two batters, they were just going on with the show. They were dealing in sixes and boundaries. Ikram, Janjua, Ilyas really did turn on the heat. But then again, Farman Ali, a switched-on captain this evening, made some exceptional decisions. And here we are. Look at what they've done. 119 for 8. Now all they have to do is just bowl a couple of good deliveries right on the money, onto the stumps, and it will be pretty much done and dusted. I think Farman Ali, of course, should be a very strong candidate to be handed over the player of the match. It was an off evening for him in the last game. Did have a word with him, and really, I mean, when I asked him and I was having a word with him in regards to the last game, the attitude which he had, it was so positive. He was raring to come in this game, and he wanted to really make a mark and make a name. And look at what he's done. That is what you call a true fighter and inspiring leader. 119 for 8 after 13. What a terrific spell have we witnessed from both these two medium pacers. First, Irshad, and now Zerman. They're asking the question. They've heard something, not so the umpire. Farman Ali, he thinks that he heard something, not so the batter. Ehsan Tareen, he's nodding his head. He's like, no, mate, I haven't nicked this one. He's not moving, Farman Ali. Yeah, they're just having a bit of fun out there. Good to see these cricketers. They're really good friends off the field. It's always good to see healthy banter in the middle. We did see a few argy-bargies, a bit of banter going on between the two teams in this contest. But yeah, all is good in the end. Keeping high spirits of the game. Of course, Seven Districts by far, I could assure, is one of the most disciplined teams that I have come across. Beautifully ball. Nicely played. Quick single. Oh, careful. In fact, this is going to be out. What have you done? That is a horrible approach. He was just strolling down to the striker's end, and what a pick up and throw. Unbelievable, really. I mean, I understand that the game is gone. You can't win from here. Yeah, look at Ehsan Tareen. He still has a word or two to say to his partner. But what was that, mate? It's 199. Well, this is one of the reasons I believe this team is by far called one of the best sides we have here in the domestic arena at 7 districts. Look at what they've done. I mean, at one stage, Evergreen Estate, they were having an upper hand in the game. But then, Farman Ali taking such a bold and a wise decision, he understood that the two bowlers, I mean, nothing to take away from Saqib and Wahab. Those two are quality bowlers. Every time you throw the ball to them, they, more often than not, they will deliver. But the situation of the demand of the situation at that time was you needed to get a medium pacer back into the attack. That's a big shot. It's high up in the air. And he's got a lot of bat in this one. Sabir Rao can now just enjoy this little bit of outing. Try to get a personal good score. Yeah, that's a typical tail-ended stroke, I would say. He's not pretty much known for his batting abilities, but yeah, Sabir Rao is a very, very talented left-arm bowler. Did well in the first innings. So yeah, coming back to Farman Ali, that was such a brave and a good decision. He knew that Wahab and Saqib were finding it difficult to find the right length. They were bowling way too full. And it just was becoming way too easy for the two batters. They were on the verge of really going after them. And that was the time when Farman Ali, he had to really think and think quickly. And boy, he's done a fine job. He's got a right smile on his face, and why not? He knows this match is now pretty much done and dusted. Crashes it straight to the hands of Syed Haider Wasisha, and jubilant is Syed Haider. And that's the end of the game. He's certainly enjoying his outing out there. Missed out today in the first innings, but this is why we call this team a champion side. And look at what they've done. They've won this game comprehensively. And in the end, it's turned out to be a one-sided encounter. Brilliance in the first innings with the bat by Captain Farman, and brilliance and brilliant thinking by Farman Ali in the second innings, using his brains and making some excellent calls. Handshakes all around. And 7 districts are now right back on course. A huge victory against a talented team. But 7 districts have outsmarted, have outplayed Evergreen Real Estate. Yeah, it was a promising start. You can see that the two openers did get off to a good start. And then Mohammad Ikram and Ilyas, they were running away with the show. But just before the drinks break, they lost Ikram. And then they lost another wicket of their batter, who's Ilyas Shah, another set batter. And then you can see that it was just single figures. And they've gone on to win this game by a big margin. I think plenty to talk about. Siam Khan, he did well, picked up a wicket, was slightly expensive. Wahab Hassan and Saqib Ali, those were the two overs where Evergreen Estate, they were all over them. But then some excellent decision by Farman, getting Irshad and Uzair late into the attack. And look at what they've done. 7 wickets amongst the two bowlers. Incredible performance by the two medium pacers. Right then, we're just going to dive into a short little break, and once we are back, we'll be all set for the post-match presentation. Stay tuned.
Cup Pro Edition 2026. It was match number 9 where 7 districts, they won the toss, deciding to bat first, and they went on to score a good score of 206 in the allotted 20 overs. In reply, Evergreen Estate started off well but managed to score just the 126 and were bundled out, not playing out the allotted 20 overs. And 7 districts have won this game comprehensively by a big margin of 80 runs. It's now time to invite our match official, Mr. Preetham, to please hand over the player of the match. And the player of the match goes to none other, the captain himself of 7 districts, Farman Ali. What a brilliant knock he's played. Such a captain's knock. Inspired his team well in the centre. Scored 94 in 56. मुबारक हो बैटिंग परफॉर्मेंस. सबसे पहले तो आपकी बैटिंग की बात करते हैं, फिर कैप्टनसी पे आते हैं. कैसा लग रहा है इतनी अच्छी परफॉर्मेंस के बाद?
शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह, उस अल्लाह की ज़ात का जितना शुक्र अदा किया जाए उतना कम है. तो बस स्ट्रगलिंग हो रही थी, शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह बहुत अच्छा बस इंजॉय किया अपनी बैटिंग को. तो स्टार्टिंग में जो अर्ली ऑन द विकेट गिर गए तो बैकफुट में ऑफिसली चले गए. तो बस ये था कि अब कैप्टनसी नो की मतलब ज़िम्मेदारी लेनी है और ज़िम्मेदारी लेके खेलना है. बस मैं यही अकॉर्डिंग करता रहा कि थोड़ा सा बस अपने आप को लेके चलना है, टीम को पुश करना है, तो रन्स खुद ब खुद आएंगे. बस अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह रिजल्ट आपके सामने.
अब बात करते हैं आपकी कैप्टनसी की. बहुत अच्छा स्टार्ट दिया था उन्होंने, 2 बैट्समैन बहुत अच्छा खेल रहे थे, ऐसा लग रहा था कि वो लोग ये स्कोर को चेस कर लेंगे. क्या चल रहा था आपके माइंड में? आपने 2 स्पिनर्स रोक दिए उस वक्त अपने.
बिल्कुल. मैंने लास्ट टाइम इनकी टीम को रीड किया तो ऑफिसली मैंने इनके देखे टॉप ऑर्डर जो बैट्समैन थे वो 2-3, बट के मैं खुद सरप्राइज़ हुआ जो एक बैट्समैन 4 नंबर पे आके उन्होंने अच्छा खेला. तो वो पेसर को अच्छा खेल रहे थे. मुझे लगा कि स्पिनर को शायद बेहतर कर सकते हैं सर्कल के बाद, लेकिन ऑफिसली जब ओवर 2 लगे क्रूशल बड़े तो मैंने कहा शायद पेसर को यूज़ कर सकते हैं क्योंकि इतना इजी शॉट नहीं लगेगा. तो कटर शटर किए बॉलर्स ने, इरशाद, उज़ैर आउटस्टैंडिंग, फिर श्याम ऊपर से, फिर उसने अवैस ने अच्छे ओवर निकाले. तो बस यही था कि ऑफिसली फिर हैदर भाई ने बोला हुआ था कि अगर इस तरह की सिचुएशन आए तो थोड़ा सा अपने आप को सेव करो. तो बस वही किया प्लान के साथ.
काफ़ी बार आप प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच बन चुके हैं, इस बार कैप्टन बन के प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच बने. ये अवार्ड आप किसको डेडिकेट करना चाहेंगे?
नहीं, ये अवार्ड तो बस एक ही पर्सन है जो 7 डिस्ट्रिक्ट के ओनर हैदर भाई के नाम करना चाहूँगा, क्योंकि शुक्र अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह उनकी दुआएं और उनकी सपोर्ट मैं कहता हूँ कि सब प्लेयरों के लिए माशाल्लाह. जो अभी ऑफिसली हमारे 2-3 प्लेयर्स टुडे के लिए मैचेस के लिए गए हैं जो प्लेइंग 11 में आपको पता है, और इरफान भाई और सारे मतलब नेशनल ड्यूटी पे भी जा रहे हैं. तो लड़के बस उनकी माशाल्लाह सपोर्ट की वजह से ही हो रहा है ये सब कुछ.
Once again, congratulations Farman Ali. बहुत ज़बरदस्त इनिंग्स ऐसे खेलते रहे and best of luck for the future games.
इंशाल्लाह. थैंक यू सो मच.
Well, that was Farman Ali, the captain himself of 7 districts, leading his team to victory, scoring a brilliant 94. We're done and dusted with the post-match presentation, but don't go anywhere as we have another exciting game lined up. Until then, stay tuned.